Oxford English Dictionary defines the scientific method as a method or procedure that has characterized natural science since the 17th century, consisting in systematic observation, measurement, and experiment, and the formulation, testing, and modification of hypotheses.
The scientific method is rhetorical because it states a hypothesis and postulates a resolution. It derives a response to the hypothesis through a procedure of tests. Then these procured theories of supported evidence are then defended and debated among scientific peers, and the end result is the procurement of capital T truth, or the nullification of the incorrect hypothesis. It is also important to mention that the rhetor also participates in the process, because his own hypothesis is in effect answered by his own work, parallel to the self-dialogue of the Socratic method.
Aristotle said that the purpose of rhetoric is to find the ultimate truth. With regards to science and the scientific method, this is exactly the purpose of science. Scientists, in their most basic form, are always trying to pursue the ultimate truth, be it the truth in physics, the truth in chemistry, or even the truth in mathematics of some sort.
Another reason the scientific method is rhetorical is because there's a lot of ethos involved. Scientists must build up credibility in order to have their work taken seriously in the scientific world. There are two general ways of doing this, whether it be by groundbreaking work or, more commonly, by previous experience. Regardless, the credibility of a scientist is entirely based on previous work by said scientist. An example of this is the Nazi doctors in Germany in 1940. They had groundbreaking ideas that were not taken seriously by the rest of the world, as it became clear that they didn't follow the scientific method, or their ideas weren't supported by the scientific method.
The scientific method requires theories to be deliberated among scientific peers. Because of this, the scientists become rhetors in order to defend their hypotheses and theories with supported evidence. Logos uses the strategies of logic to persuade an audience. By making a reasonable claim and offering calculated proof in support of that claim, the rhetor's statement is considered a logical argument. A crucial step involved is conversing with other scientists on theories backed with sustained evidence. Because the final result, proving the hypothesis true or false, is evidently decided by the scientists involved, opinions can hinder the outcome. One can easily see how this logical persuading within the scientific method is rhetorical.
The scientific method is described in the form of a question that a scientist proposes to themselves. This is a process that is the search for an answer to a question based off of a hypothesis, which is the foundation to the scientific method overall. It is intrinsically persuasive in that scientists need to keep visible credibility within the community to assure their work is taken seriously as presented through a dialogue of ethos. Logos is also prevalent as the scientific method conscripts the use of facts and reason. The scientific method is rhetorical in all, as scientists need to persuade both peers and citizens with their conclusive evidence, their reasoning, and their defensive argument.